Hello and welcome back to the Villa View for another match preview. Today we're in Quarter Horse, the coffee shop in Birmingham. It'd be rude to start this preview without a coffee, so should we go and get one? So Leeds United then, Aston Villa, by the way, secured their place in the top six. That's now confirmed. Obviously Bristol and Derby play each other, so obviously they can't both catch us. We can still go down to sixth, but we can still go up to fourth as well. But that's us now, guaranteed in the playoffs. Who'd have thought that a couple of months ago? But Leeds up on Sunday, they're still chasing second, but it looks like it's in Sheffield United's favour now. So what's this game going to be like, do you think?
It's tough. Leeds, we'll speak more about Leeds themselves later on, but it is going to be tough because they had both hands on an automatic promotion spot.
Leeds were top, weren't they, as well, for some stage of the season?
But they're not top when it matters, unfortunately.
Good shout.
As heartbreaking it is for Leeds, they do deserve to go up. There's no doubt in my mind, but that's not going to be reflected in the table now.
Leeds can still technically drop down to fourth, but that involves Albion winning both theirs and Leeds losing both theirs. I think they're probably going to finish third. They'll be playing whoever finishes sixth. We'll talk a little bit more about the playoff picture later, but how does that affect their mindset going into this now? To be around the top two all season and now looking like it's going to be dropping down to third, how does that affect it, a club's mentality, do you think?
They're absolutely devastated, to be honest. Like, you probably saw the pictures, but I was watching them when they played Brentford. Like, there's no shame in going to Brentford and losing. How many teams go there and get they get their asses handed to them? That's no different because they're Leeds. That's no different because the coach is Marcelo Bielsa. You turn up to Brentford, you are going to lose because they're such a good team at home. They're a good team anyway, but they're really good at home. Yeah. They were devastated.
Obviously, we're talking like it's done. Leeds can still finish second potentially. Obviously we play Sunday, so if Sheffield United have lost on Saturday, Leeds are obviously going to want to win anyway. But if they know that Sheffield United have lost and if they beat Villa, that puts them back into second and puts it sort of in their hands again. Yeah. That's a massive incentive for them. Obviously, it's very if buts and maybes as we're recording this on Wednesday. No football's been played, so to say, what if Leeds have got a second place to chase? But you always hear the cliche of like whoever drops down into third always does poorly in the playoffs. But I don't think the statistics actually back that up, do they?
No, because you could be fiercely competing for second all season. There'll be no shame in dropping to third. It's just by default. It's because everyone's assumed Leeds, and that's not just Leeds. That's not Leeds fans. That's everyone else has assumed that Leeds were going up. They just simply assumed Norwich and Leeds are going up. They didn't have fair play to me and you. We were crediting Sheffield United. A lot of people were, but no one's been there saying all season Sheffield United are definitely going up like they were with Leeds. And now Sheffield United look like they've got they've got one foot in the door going up. So it all comes down to this and. Leeds they've got a massive mountain to climb.
We've secured top six now. Yeah. As I said at the start, we can still get fourth, but obviously we need Albion to drop games as well. Obviously, Villa will want to win as many games as they can to keep this run going for a start. That's the sort of pride to go. Oh, well, we've beaten the record. We've made history. Can we make it 11? Can we make it 12? Part of me feels like though, you rest people against Leeds because if they're the ones that we're going to have to. I mean, again, this is going ahead of ourselves because saying, we might play them in the playoff final. Neither team is at the playoff final yet, but they look like you'd expect them to beat sixth. You'd like to think we'll beat Albion, potential Villa Leeds playoff final. How do you go into that game as Villa this weekend? Do you go right? Let's go and smash Leeds and have the psychological advantage of just beating them a few weeks ago, or do you go right? Let's just hold off. We don't need to beat Leeds. They need the points more than us. So let them sort of play their game and not intentionally lose and go out to lose. I wouldn't like to think that Dean Smith would set his team out to go right. Well, let's just not bother about this game. But if you play your full strength team and it's a proper hard fought game and someone gets injured and misses the playoffs, that feels like a stupid risk to take.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of benefits to obviously winning the game. There's a lot of benefits to resting players. I'm not going to necessarily position myself in either of the camps because we went in depth on Bolton. They're definitely going to have to rotate because of injuries. They didn't rotate and then players got injured, but those things happen. So thinking about it, what I'd go for is I would rest probably one player.
Jack Grealish.
Definitely. Not like keep him out of the game. Play 45, 60 minutes. You know, I think Villa win this game. There's a chance they leapfrog West Bromwich Albion, and that, you know, that's not a massive thing in terms of the table. In terms of squad morale, it's almost like a reward.
Yeah.
You've worked hard all season, and you've just clipped, you know, the team that have been up there all season off their like little fourth spot. And it's, look, it don't change who you play in the Championship. It just change the way the games are laid out. Not that I think there's much.
What do you think about that, by the way, being home first or second? Do you think there's any?
It don't matter, does it?
Because obviously the league deem that playing the second leg at home is the advantage, because that's what fourth place gets you. But part of me feels like if you go away to Albion and lose 3-0, it doesn't matter that you're at home second, really, because the game's already over.
So the thing what people want out of that is the narrative, like maybe this perfect storyline where Villa are 1-0 down, they go to Villa Park and it's 2-0, they go for it. And that, you know, things like that do happen, but regardless, it doesn't matter. I think the games in front.
I think this team, and as Dean Smith would set out to play, I think he would go all out for the first leg regardless of the stadium and go, well, let's just go and try and win this game as many goals as we can. And the second leg is sort of...
They're not going to hold back.
Is a resting game to a degree. If it's obviously a tight one goal, one goal deficit either way, obviously the second game is vitally important. If you win that first leg 2 or 3-0, you can be a little bit more confident in the second leg regardless of where it is. Like, you shouldn't be going, Steve Bruce, for example, would have gone away first to get the draw, bring it back to Villa Park and win. I feel like Dean Smith will go out to win the first game by as many goals as he can and set us up for the momentum of coming back to Villa Park and having it as a celebration game almost.
Now I see the benefit in it. I think it'll be complete chaos. West Brom and Aston Villa are just they're very similar, but I think Villa have kind of sorted out the defensive worries.
Yeah, you've conceded 5 goals in 10 games. And, crazy.
We haven't faced the shots we probably wanted to face to test our defence, but
because we're because of that is we're not allowing teams to come and play against us.
Yeah, we're finally finding our own, and at a time that matters. I mean, people are saying we left it late, this, that. I mean, we've been into it before the season was over, this and that. It's not, and we're here based on a 10-game winning streak. Yeah. So, you know, going back to the match on the weekend, I think you go out and win it because you want to win 11 games in a row, and then you want to win 12. But we'll come on to that when we come on to it. But I think Villa go into this and they're going to want to win, because Leeds, they've got a lot to lose in this match, a massive amount. They want to keep their hopes alive as long as they can. And I know it can be taken off them on a weekend, but I think it's all there to gain. There's a massive amount of psychological benefit to winning this game.
So the pessimist in me says that Villa will not win 15 games in a row. It's just impossible. You don't win 15 games in a row.
See, Villa didn't win 10 games in a row.
I know, but 15, that's another 5. Like, surely that doesn't happen. So part of me feels like if you're going to lose a game, I'd rather it be in this next 2 than in one of the playoff potential 3.
The way I see it is Villa have got one of the strongest teams in the league, right?
But 15 in a row sounds mental. It sounds mental. Yeah, but Leeds and Norwich are good sides. They're third and first. It's not like we're going now to Rotherham and Bolton again. Oh no, they weren't as easy as we all expected. But if you were going down to 2 teams near the bottom or mid-table with nothing to play for, you go, yeah, Villa are good enough to beat these. You're going to Norwich at home, which is potentially a dead rubber, but obviously still a good side. Leeds away. Like, we're going, let's go make it 11, but Leeds away isn't it easy?
Yeah, but it's not easy when you've got pressure. Villa can lose this and just hold their hands up, going, so what?
True.
110, we're in the playoffs, we can rest easy.
So why don't we do that then?
Don't know.
Why don't we rest 3 or 4?
Because I think the team, they just want to set an example. They just want to show.
But do you think the momentum of winning 11 is any better than winning 10? To win 10 is enough to carry you through on adrenaline alone. To go 11 is like,
I'm just
one
pumped.
more.
Yeah, I'm just standing here pretty pumped from the winning shot. I think Leeds have got a lot to lose. Like, they were losing their heads against Brentford. There's even more at stake here.
If they lose on Sunday, that's them done, isn't it, for second?
Yeah, and
pretty much.
They are looking at playing a run of games that they never thought they'd be playing. They thought that, we'll be going to... If they won both their games over Easter, they'd be in shape for the title. And that's painful.
That's crazy.
That is painful.
Imagine Norwich have drawn 4 in a row, haven't they, or something?
Yeah, and so Norwich have just been sitting up there twiddling their thumbs, whilst Leeds and Sheffield United have just been like bleeding blood.
Trying not to be promoted, pretty much.
But full credit to all those teams. They've fought hard all season, and one team does have to miss out. Look how many teams are in the Championship. Only 3 are getting promoted.
So let's talk about Bielsa burnout, because I know this is a bit of a contentious topic. That you think it's rubbish, and I think I read an article that looking through his past seasons as a manager, it's not actually really happened as much as it seems to be talked about. That his teams are so high energy that they always fall off at the end of the season. I think it's happened like 2 or 3 times out of his entire managerial career, but it's become a bit of a cliche to go, well, he plays with such high intensity, such high pressing, that eventually after 40-odd games the team will fall off. And because it's happened at Leeds that they've had a few bad results over the last sort of 2 or 3 months, people are going, there we go, look, Bielsa's burnt the players out physically, mentally, and Leeds have fell apart. But in reality, it's not. It's a bit of a myth, isn't it?
It is a bit of a myth, because what team isn't knackered? And what team isn't pressing? Villa press, Norwich press, Brentford press, and they're playing all right. If you want to talk about burnout,
because we've all played the same amount of games, and Villa, although they've not been as good as they have been, we look a little bit tired.
And look at Villa's injuries. Is Transva's injury, is that burnout? Is Grealish burnout? And I think there is a case for those. And the reason people talk about it, Bielsa burnout, is because other people talk about it for no reason.
It's a bit of a
it's like someone
thing,
who doesn't watch Leeds can easily say, they're burnout because of Bielsa.
That's me.
But like, people were saying at the start of the season, look at the play, they're going to get burnt out. And I'm thinking, a Liverpool burnout.
Why does it take till 40 games to burn out though? Why can't you? Like, surely physically exerting yourself over games when you're playing Saturday, Tuesday. If this burnout thing was real, surely you'd burn out after like 10 games, wouldn't you? Not 40. Surely around Christmas you'd be falling apart.
I think there was like a theory that you are only, even in your best athletic state, fully fit for like 10 days a year. So for me, it's a nothing thing. Like, the injuries happen to all teams. Again, Villa, you can say burnout's an issue, but for Leeds, if you want to speak about burnout, it's emotional, purely emotional.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
That's it. That's got nothing on Bielsa. Bielsa himself said, and I know he would think finishing third's a failure, but again, 22 points more than last season, more wins, the fan base is positive. For me, that's a massive win, and the guy himself.
But if ultimately that ends in another season in the Championship, it isn't.
But then,
do
we have to think about absolutes? What is so wrong about him being in? Then they're not overcommitting financially. They've got a good manager. For me,
but you'd expect that another season in the Championship means that maybe Bielsa and their best players don't hang around.
That's true, but are their best players even that good? Like Pablo Hernández, they're really trust me.
I know Hernández is good.
Bielsa's boosted these, like, that was their last season.
Yeah,
the season before, and they weren't doing nothing. Bielsa comes in and boosts them up. Their main problem is they didn't invest in January. If they backed Bielsa to the hill, they'd be going up with a massive margin. That'd have been blowing teams away.
They are good then.
They are, no, but Bielsa's brought that out of them. If they bring in a better quality of player, if you've got a squad of 7s and 6s and he's making them 8s and 9s, actually if you get 8s and 9s in and boosting it to 10s.
Yeah. Jack Grealish in that side, Tammy Abraham in that side, they'd be champions probably.
Like, Hernandez, as good as he is this season, he weren't, for me, like, was he as hot last season? No, and Grealish was coming into City. If I had Grealish, who knows what it could be? And like, I'm not taking anything away from Hernandez because I know it's a big discussion. I'm not taking anything away from Grealish as well.
You can not even going to go into it just in case.
Put them both in the team.
We all know what Leeds are going to be like. So how do you stop that? Because we might be playing them twice over the course of a couple of weeks.
So the best way to stop Leeds is let Leeds stop themselves. And I'm not insulting them.
Because they'll fall apart, you're saying?
That's awful, man. You can't.
You're saying that they'll undo themselves. Why?
They ran into Brentford. Romain Sawyers was there waiting for him. Romain Sawyers is a geezer who loves to be on the football. He robs the football. He's pure joy. He's just taking another team apart, running in and making sure his team scores. Leeds, their problem against Brentford was they were just losing their heads, losing the ball, give two goals away out of nowhere, and you've got to finish like Magpie up front. He's just going to put any chance he gets away with, he's going to put away. They could have had 3. Carlos runs in, and he could have had a 3rd goal. It was to be fair, it's pretty embarrassing that Brentford didn't run away with 3 or 4, despite what happened. But I'm thinking, when they're pinging the ball around that fast, when they're pressuring with intensity, they are getting tired during a match. I'm not sure the burnout effect is there the whole season. But in a match, you are going to get tired. No one is going to run, except if you're Glenn Whelan McGinn.
McGinn doesn't get tired.
Whelan as well, he's still playing with his kid after the match.
Yeah.
So he's got another 90 in him. But like, you let them do the damage to themselves because they give the ball away a lot and they give it away. Brentford scored from giveaways in Brentford's half. If they're giving the ball away in their own half, press them from the front. Let someone like Tammy's not going to miss this match.
He's going to miss it.
Yeah, Keenan Davies and Jonathan Codger in this match. Just let them chase it down, force the pressure on. Al Ghazi as well. You know, you've got a lot of players in that team who are going to press.
So what's our team then? Because if Codger plays in front on his own, he's not the type to press from the front.
For me, personally, Keenan Davis, for the balance of the squad, you're going to go with Codger. Just because
he's scoring. They're not
regardless of what's
amazing chances, but he's scoring goals, and you don't drop him for that.
He was a bit rusty. People criticising, you know, why didn't he run onto the through ball? His touch was bad. He hasn't played a lot of first team football in the last 3, 4, even 6 months. He hasn't since starting every game because Tammy has. Yeah. And when he's been starting games, he's been on the wing, and it's a completely different role for him. As good as he is at that, so I think Codger. Bit more match time, that rustiness will fade away.
Could he play on the right instead of Adoma and put Davis up front?
But then you lose Adoma and Green, who haven't been that bad.
So is it a problem then?
I don't know.
I've been tempted to play Codger out wide again. Leeds tactics then, talk to me. What should I be looking out for?
Well, I did send you that video about, I think, where he played at Lille.
Yeah.
And he had Al Ghazi in that team.
Yeah.
That ended in a bit of a disaster.
Did Al Ghazi play in the December fixture?
Probably not.
Not sure.
I'd think it'd be Balassi and Codger. So Leeds, the way they play, they've taken it on board from the start of the season, pressing with intensity, fluid front three. The front three, I'd almost say they have no instruction, but there's clearly a lot of detail in there. They're rotating if the striker's moving out to the wing, the winger's filling in for him. You add the left back in Alioski, who's of course now injured, who's been a good player out the season from left back, so they're pushing the fullbacks up. They do something that Villa do as well, which is they play for back three. Villa, when they line up, Villa don't play for back three, but you see him wheeling more often. Hurahan, when he plays, drop in as a back three when they're actually playing, not in formation. The formations are exactly the same, I think, like 4-1, 4-1, with the striker and defensive midfielder, wingers and the 2 midfielders. But when they're playing, they're doing kind of what Villa are doing, or Villa are doing kind of what Leeds are doing, which is more so the case. I think situational back three, you've got full-backs pressing up. You've got a crusher in the midfield in Calvin Phillips who's just, swallowing the game up. We've got better than Glenn Whelan, I think. So it's very identical sides. You've got Hernandez against Grealish, of course. You've got Click against McGinn. Phillips against Whelan. I'll take that.
Do you think that we're better equipped to match Leeds than we were back in that December fixture now?
Yeah, we didn't have Grealish in that
I don't think Transabe was fit either.
McGinn hadn't hit his heights.
Yeah.
I don't think Whelan was playing, and Glenn Whelan, hell of a player now. He's come a long way, and I think McGinn and Grealish and that side are taking a lot away from Whelan. He's doing a hell of a lot.
I can't get comfortable.
Balassi was here just to gain fitness. That was clear. He left when he got fit.
Yeah.
Mings is in the side.
I mean, we're obviously a better side now because we've just won 10 in a row. So
you've got better players. The team's gelling a lot more.
Yeah.
People have gained, like Neil Taylor and Al Mohammadi, have gained a lot of confidence in their abilities. So they're coming for a lot of stick, in the media and from us fans. So they've come a long way, and they've got a lot more confidence now. So I think pound for pound, you look at Villa and you're like, Villa, as much as Hernandez has been great all season, Grealish has now kicked on. As much as Click was doing, running around and doing his, whole spinning top routine and taking eyes off him in the midfield, McGinn's come a long way.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't want to take away from Leeds' players, but Villa have the best squad in the league by a country mile. They're paying a lot more wages than Leeds. They're going to have the better squad, of course. Don't want to take away from Leeds because Bielsa has made them fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't look away from Villa for this one, to be honest. If they play full strength, Leeds have got a lot to lose and Villa have got nothing at all to lose.
I don't think that suits us though. I feel like because we've had to put this winning run together to make playoffs. Now we've made it. I almost feel like because we've put so much in to get to where we are, that we'll go playing a team that needs to win. We could probably do with a bit of a break, and not to say that we're going to go out there and go, let's just throw the game, we don't care about it, because I just don't believe that we're set up to play that way, especially after winning 10 in a row. The confidence and the adrenaline that brings can't be underestimated. But because we've now secured the thing we've been fighting for the last 2 months, I feel like there might be just a natural drop off to go, okay, we've given our all to get here. We need a breather, boss. We're knackered.
No, I think there'll be players like Dean Smith said, there's been players knocking on the door, there's been confrontations in training, people want to play in this team. Henry Lansbury's going to be one of them.
Let him play then.
Jonathan Codger's going to be wanting to definitely keep his place in this team. And he's not going to win Tammy Abraham, because that's the stone cold truth of it. They're going to want to play against the Leeds. I think there's room for rotation. Will they do it? I don't think so. I think Norwich is the more likely match.
So if you lose to Leeds and Norwich, fair enough. It's not going to affect the season at this point, I don't think. So rotate who you need to rotate, let people play who might need to show a bit more to make the playoffs. Somebody like Jonathan Codger, like you say, if Tammy Abraham's fit for the playoffs, Codger will be out of the team, you'd imagine, so he should be going, you can't drop me, I'm going to go and score a hat-trick against Leeds United. And likewise other players that are knocking on Dean Smith's door, when they get a chance, if they get a chance over the next 2, are going to have to play to such a level to stay in that team, to disrupt the starting 11 we've had over the last month.
I don't think there's a real answer to it, to be honest. Like, we can speculate all we want, and there's plenty of valid reasons between doing both things, resting players, going for it. I just think, come to it on Sunday, best case scenario is Villa, they have a hell of a match against Leeds. Worst case scenario, I say worst, is that Villa rest players. Either could happen, I don't know.
Score prediction then?
I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1, yeah, I think a draw is probably on the cards. Because I think this winning run inevitably has to come to an end.
Villa aren't going to sit back, but Leeds love possession. All you can do when that team has the ball is either counter press really high. When that fails, you have to retreat. You have to sit in your own half, because what is the point of going at them? Let Leeds do their job, and if they mess up, capitalise, because that's what they've been doing so far. Yeah. Sheffield United, best example. All they have to do is just sit back, and not sit back in this negative way. Let Leeds have the ball. If Leeds want the ball, let them have the ball. Press. If you win the press, fine. If you don't win the press, let them come on to you, because they ain't scoring goals. And Villa got nothing to lose. If Leeds want to score this goals and win the game, score goals and win this game, fair play to them. You've actually learned now's the time to score some goals. Looking at it as a neutral, fan base is positive. Stadiums are selling out. Yeah. The players are playing really good football, best football in the Championship by a long shot. The trouble is, it's not resulting in anything. And
much like our 10-game winning run, that if we don't go up, a lot of people will look back on that and go, nah, so what?
Not having it at all. Look, we think a lot about the absolutes in football. Leeds are a positive football club. Villa have got history now. They've made history. We've never seen them make history like that, me and you.
Probably never will, to be honest.
So, if they don't go up this season, it's like, you're not going to care about that in 20 years. You care now.
Probably will.
You care in the present.
Probably will if we're still in the Championship in 20 years' time.
Play a final last season. Do you think I care anymore? Do you care?
It's a sad day.
Again, on the final note, I hope Bielsa does say, because the Leeds have been a credit to the Championship this season. They've brought a lot of good publicity to the league. Sometimes the fans are annoying on Twitter, and everything is a conspiracy.
That's ruined it.
But they deserve to have fun. They deserve to be talking about things that aren't, we've been robbed by Wolves because they're spending too much, this has happened, refs are taking this away. They deserve to be talking about the football, and they are. The football's been good.
Lovely location, obviously, the Quarter Horse Coffee. They supplied the beans for the guys at the Wolf where we filmed the last one, and that's where this connection came from.
Where's the next one going to take us?
So then the person who supplied the lights at this place or whatever will be the next place that we do this at. So if that was you, get in touch and we'll come and film. Thanks to the guys for letting us film. Thanks to you for doing some great notes that I didn't have to do anything, which was nice. Thank you for watching and listening to this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've got 15 point something subscribers. 15 point something.
15 whole of them?
That'd be rubbish, wouldn't it? We've got 15 point something thousand subscribers now at this point. So I actually saw a stat that 35% of the audience wasn't subscribed. Subscribe, because there's more great content like this coming up. Thank you very much for watching, and up the Villa. It's the worst outro I've ever done.
It's going to be Leeds fans. That's where your views are coming from in this one.
Yeah, they will watch it, Leeds fans, which I'm slightly concerned about in case we've said some stupid things.
Guys,
that's what the clip should be. Us two just slurping that at the same time. It's just like a really over-exaggerated, like. I'll put that in. Well, I'll overlay that. That'll look really good.
If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking our logo there on the left. Easy peasy.